A good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Formula Sim Racing 2018 Winter Series. Today we are driving the first race of a series of, I believe, 6 races in total. And we're driving the GP3 2016 mod here in this Winter Series this year. And you can see these cars are quite feisty. We are racing at the Imola track, so it is quite a difficult track. You saw there with the chicane here, the yellow car of Jan Vesely going through there. Can be quite tricky, but let's see how these drivers can cope. We had a little bit of a problem when going into the Q session just a couple of minutes ago. That's why we are a little bit delayed. However, not to worry, we should be going right into the qualifying session in just a moment's time, and then get ready to start this race. So, yeah, looking at the times here a little bit in the qualifying session, Michi Hoyer leading at the moment with a 1:30.005. Nice lap time there from the German driver. Of course, not somebody that is very new to Formula Sim Racing. We have a few names that are new to Formula Sim Racing here, which is quite nice to see. We've also got some older people here driving today. Ville Lepela, for example, a driver that has been in FSR a couple of seasons back, but is now back and racing in the Winter Series for the flag. So maybe something to come for the real season. Now looking at the car of Petter Schultz, of course, somebody that is also not extremely new to Formula Sim Racing, but it's nice to see him drifting through the hairpin here at the Imola, coming through the first sector, or the second sector, I should say. So, if you guys in the chat have any questions for me, then feel free to ask them. Any questions about the Winter Series, any questions about the actual Formula Sim Racing 2018 season, of course, is gonna be coming up in around March, April. It's probably gonna be a 2017 Formula type car. So it's gonna be a quite interesting season here in 2018. First though, we're gonna have to get past the Winter Series, and I think it's gonna be quite a special Winter Series. We've got a lot of driver sign-ups. We even had to do a pre-qualifying session before to not have too many cars on track. At the moment there are, I believe, over 40 cars in the server, or over 30 cars. I believe it's 35 cars on track, at least 35 cars that pre-qualified. I think, yeah, we've got 29 cars on the server at the moment. So not just as much as, not as much as I said, but still a lot of cars here on the server. Right. I think we're about to move, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but let's just wait for that. Looking at Alexis Clampano here for the, I think, Angus, or I'm not quite sure how this team is called, but some new names here in the Winter Series, and that's really, really nice to see. Seems that they are sponsored by MSI, so that's also quite nice to see. Let's see. Driving the car quite aggressively here. Of course, Imola is a track where you can drive pretty aggressively, but need to watch out, especially for these curbs. They can be killers if you are not careful enough. So now coming through the last couple of corners. The Rivazza section of the track. It seems that this car has a bit of understeer, and he parks the car next to the road to try another lap. Right, so let's take a look at Dave Paling. Dave Paling, of course, pro driver this year, also the year, or I mean 2017 I should say. Also in 2016 has been a pro driver. Of course, one of our beloved co-commentators. So nice to see him driving here at the moment in 16th place. But I'm sure he can improve himself. Qualifying, I don't know, should be coming up soon. So don't worry just yet. Let's take a look at Kirill Burukov. Kirill has been driving in the Winter Series for 2 years in a row now. He was driving last year when we had the GP2 style cars. But didn't then do the real Formula SimRacing the full season. And I believe, yeah, we are moving to the qualifying session, so it's gonna be exciting here. Let's see who is gonna be the first car to get out of the pit garage. Drivers still waiting. Luis Moreno, one of the first guys to get out on track, coming through the second sector. Gonna be the first guy to set a qualifying lap here for the qualifying session. Let's go on board. Let's see how he takes on that lap. Not a very good first couple of corners here for Luis Moreno, but it's not too bad. Let's see, 25.9 in the first sector. So green for him. You can see also for yourselves the green parts next to the names here are green sectors. First one is a green sector 1, second one is green sector 2. And then after that you get the lap time, of course. We won't get the sector 3 time. So let's see. Luis Moreno. Gonna be coming through the last sector now. Only 2 corners to go. Let's see what he can do. Ooh, goes wide here in the second to last corner. That is definitely not going to help his qualifying time. And definitely he's going to have to try again. I believe all the drivers, yes, all the drivers have a total of 4 attempts that they can do. Kirill Burukov goes quickest here in the qualifying session, 1:29.875 in the pre-qualifying that the drivers had to do. Just a couple of, well, they had to do it over the last 2 days. The fastest lap time out of the top of my head was a 1:29.2. Liam de Waal goes even quicker, 1:29.4. Kirill Burukov is about to set a quicker lap time though. Purple first sector for him. Let's see how he takes on this second sector. This left-hander can be quite tricky. If you understeer a little bit too wide, you get out on the curb here on the outside. It seems perfect there for Kirill. So very, very nice for him. Then just throw it in here. It's very tricky if you just go a little bit too quick or go a little bit too late on the brakes. The car can snap out away from underneath you. Now the tricky chicane, a little bit of sliding on the braking going in there. That keeps it straight and pointed in the right direction. Not a purple second sector for Kirill. Now the last 2 corners, the last corner now. Hitting the inside apex, hitting the outside apex, going a little bit wide, a bit of understeer here with the GP3 cars. Oh, and I think he missed a gear or something, but surely his engine blew there, because I think something went wrong. Well, I guess we will go watch another car. Liam de Waal on his outlap. A lot of guys on the outlap now. So Luke Maguire really close to Liam de Waal. Liam de Waal doing a nice job there and putting himself on top of the time sheet, at least for so long. Okay, couple of corners here for Liam de Waal. A lot of lock there. On my screen, the right wheel even went backwards. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Yeah, it looks really weird here. Not sure. Probably some glitch here in the game. But a lot of lock applied here by Liam. To get the car through the corners. A purple first sector. Now second sector looks okay. Well, goes a bit too wide there. That qualifying lap surely is not going to be valid. Goes way too wide and cuts the corner there. It's purple second sector as well for Liam. But I'm not sure if he is going to be allowed to keep this lap. Somebody in the chat asking, oh boy, Winter Series, is it too late to enter? Well, no, at least, well, for this race, yes, it's too late. You're not going to be able to join now when the qualifying session is already started. But you can join. Just go to the forums. Link should be in the description and take a look at the information at the Winter Series tab and you can sign up there. Next race is going to be next week. I think it's the Algarve circuit. Yeah. Keep an eye out on that. Whilst I'm gonna take a look at Ville Lepela. As I said before, is somebody here who has driven in FSR in previous years, hasn't been doing so in the last, I believe, 3 years. Has been following it closely, but hasn't had the urge to drive. But now in the Winter Series, I think he just thought, hell, why not go for it? And here we go. Luke Maguire went for 2 purple sectors, by the way, so keep an eye out on him. He's surely gonna set a good lap time. He's in the last sector now. Ville taking a nice line. I believe this is still his outlap though, so So he's going to be starting his lap. Luke Maguire, meanwhile, though, went quickest in the session. 129.253. Very nice lap time by Luke Maguire. Just over a tenth quicker than Liam de Waal. Alright, so we go Lepala starting his lap. Coming into the first corner, braking nicely, hitting the inside apex. Make sure you don't run too wide here, because it can get quite tight through there if you run too wide to the left. Now, also a tricky part, braking and steering at the same time. Then making sure you get a good exit, because a little bit of a straight and braking hard for the left hairpin. As soon as you can back onto the power to get the car up the hill. Now, blind apex on the left, a little bit of a blind apex. Steering it in nicely, not running too wide on the curb. Now, this is the most difficult part. Coming in very quickly, need to get on the brakes very smoothly. Don't lock the rears and spin around. Looked very nice and tidy there from Lepala. Green first sector, second sector is purple for him. Now the chicane, a lot of bumpy, the curves are very high there, but stays in the right direction and can get on the power nice and quickly. Now coming through the last two corners. A little bit of a lag spike here on my part. My apologies for that. Now coming out of the last corner. Taking the shortest line to the finish, I'm guessing. Here we go. It's going to be a 129.317. Just over half a tenth slower than Luke Maguire. But a very nice lap time from Phil Lepala here. And surely is going to take him very far here in this qualifying session, as there is 9.5 minutes remaining. Looking at Ivan Leonov at the moment. New driver for Netrex Grand Prix. A very, very nice livery from the Netrex guys here. And yeah, I really have to say, very nice design. Now Leonov is coming out of the last corner, about to start his qualifying lap. His, let's see, his third attempt, I believe. Yep, his third attempt. So here we go. Coming through the first sector, Ivan Leonov. Green first sector for him. So, not too bad. But I think he would like to improve a little bit more. Ooh, a lot of understeer there. Coming through the right-hander, which really won't help him. Now through the chicane as well. Runs very, very wide. That's not going to help him. Luke Maguire, in the meantime, is improving in the second sector again. Leonov now coming out of the last corner, running very wide again. Seems that the car here for Leonov is a little bit understeer. He abandons his lap there. And Maguire, I believe, did not improve his lap time. So he's going to have to try another time. Ville Lepala is about to start another lap time. Let's see what he can do. Liam de Waal, I believe, is also in a lap. Yes, he is. So also keep a look out on him. Also Kirill Burukov, not the best first sector for Kirill, so he's probably not going to set a better lap time. His second sector is a green sector for him, but I'm not sure if that is going to be enough. Lepala coming through the first sector of this track. Now coming to the hairpin. Now up the hill he goes. over the curbs quite aggressively. First sector was an improvement. Now let's see the second sector. This is where he shined last time. A lot of oversteer, runs wide, and that is definitely the end of his lap. The Minerali complex there. Really, really tricky part. Like I said, if you just hit the curb too much, just hit the brakes a little bit too early, you can spin around or have a massive slide like Ville Lepela just had. And that abandons or that ruins your lap. Now, I guess he is going to try for another lap straight after this. This is definitely not going to be an improvement. Liam de Waal is at the moment in the second sector, so I guess we should take a look at him. Here we go. Coming through the second sector again. Some glitch here in the game. Definitely, this is not how it is supposed to work. I'm pretty sure that if that happens on a real car, you're not gonna end up facing in the right direction. Anyway, he's coming through the chicane here. Takes it very aggressive on the first right-hand side part of that curb, but seems to work for him. His second sector, though, a red second sector again, so that is not very good for him. Going through the last couple of corners. I don't think this is going to be an improvement for Liam de Waal. Lucas Schmidt, at the meantime, has snuck a little bit on or to the top of the field. 6th for him at the moment. And Michi Hoyer, I have totally missed him, but he is at the moment at the top of the timing sheet together with Kirill Burukov. Both have set a very nice lap time. Kirill Burukov at 29.235 and Michi Hoyer at 29.152. So very nice job there by the two drivers, Michi Hoyer and Kirill Burukov. Now let's see, Luke Maguire. Luke Maguire is about to start, or is in his lap already, I believe. Yep, he is. So let's go on board with him. Goes very wide, and that is the end of his lap. Let's see, I think it was his last lap attempt. I'm pretty sure it was. So that is, yeah, I'm pretty sure that he can't do another lap. So he is gonna have to, pray nobody improves a lot anymore, because he is not going to be somebody that is able to do another lap. Michi Hoyer, however, is able to do another lap. He has only done 4 so far, so only 2 tries. Let's see what he can do in his other attempts. There's only 3 minutes remaining in the session, so some drivers gonna have to. Well, I'm pretty sure Michi Hoyer is not gonna be able to do another. Well, what is it? Another 2 attempts after this one in 3 minutes time. So Michi not taking the all the opportunities that are here for him to set a lap time. But let's see what he can do in this next lap. Coming into the first corner. Nice exit here. Goes a little bit wide on the entry there. Misses the first apex. Hits the second one. Doesn't go too wide. Maybe lost a little bit of top speed by doing so. Nicely through the hairpin. Not the best first sector. Well, actually not a really good first sector at all. 2/10 slower than his previous best, I believe. So it's gonna be very decisive here, this second sector for Michi Hoyer. Dives into the Minerale complex. Onto the power he goes, onto the back, straight up the hill. Now coming to the chicane. Ooh, a late, very late first apex. loses him a lot of time, and there he abandons his lap. He has got 1.5 minutes to do another one. So that should be enough. Let's see anyone else on a lap. Luke Maguire is out on track, but I believe he cannot set a lap time. But I'm not entirely sure about that. So Michi, another lap for him. Take a look. Better first sector for him. Not an improvement again, but it was better than the previous one. Session is almost over, only 30 seconds remaining. So anyone that hasn't started a lap at the moment or isn't starting a lap in the next 20 seconds will not be able to do another one. Dominik Waziensko improved his first sector. Michi Hoyer abandoning his lap. He won't be able to do another lap for sure. Luke Maguire went purple in the first sector, but I believe he had an incident somewhere else. So he is not going to be able to improve his lap time. Let's take a look at Lucas Schmid. He's coming out of the hairpin. First sector is okay. Not the best, but it is an improvement compared to the guy in front of him. If he can do a nice second sector. Yeah, turning it in. It goes a little bit wide there. Maybe that is not too bad. Let's see what his second sector time will be. It's a purple second sector actually at 31.862. So very nice there for Lucas Schmid. And now only the last sector remains. Let's see what he can do. Last two corners. Turning it in nicely. Hitting the first apex. Running wide on the steer, going under the grass even. That is not going to help his lap time. Let's see though. Is it gonna be enough for at least an improvement of 1, 2, maybe 3 places? Here we go. Coming over the line. Yes, it is enough for third position. So nice lap there from Lucas Schmid. Only guy on a lap at the moment is Fabian Ruth. Let's take a look at him. So he's coming to the line right now. Let's see what is going to be for him. 6th position for Fabian Ruth. Nice lap time here. Also Fabian, somebody who often drives the Winter Series. I haven't seen a lot of him in the regular FSR series. However, the man to beat for the feature race at least here today at the Imola track is Michi Hoyer with a 121.152, starting on pole position. Right behind him it will be Kirill Budukov, and right next to him I should say will be Kirill Budukov, and behind him Lucas Schmid, and then next to Lucas Schmid it will be Luke Maguire. So very nice to see here. Michi Hoyer, of course, World Championship driver in the 2017 Formula SimRacing season. Proving himself here in the GP3 cars. Warm-up is about to start. I think we are going to take a little 5-minute break. So for the guys watching, maybe grab a coffee, get ready to race, because it's going to be an exciting 2 races. We're gonna have the feature race coming up in just over 9 minutes, and after that the feature race will be 30 minutes long, so keep an eye out on that. And after that we will have a sprint race of 15 minutes. So still got a good afternoon to go, with 33 drivers here in the race session. It's gonna be an interesting day. Let's see what is going to happen. But stay tuned, grab a cup of coffee, and we will be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start the feature race of the Winter Series 2018 season here for the first round at the Imola track. If you have missed the qualifying session, Michi Hoyer will be starting from pole position today, at least here in the feature race. And luckily I'm not alone anymore here. I am joined by Cameron and Rodger. Welcome, Cameron.
Hello, yes. Had work, so I was a bit late, but hey, I'm here. This is going to be quite exciting. These cars look like they're quite good to race with each other, so I'm hoping for an exciting race today.
Yeah, of course, don't have the downforce level like normal Formula cars have, like we usually use in the regular season, of course. That's the nice part about the Winter Series, in my opinion. Just something different that not all drivers are used to, and then also creates a little bit more competition also for drivers that are maybe not as high skilled as let's say Michi Hoyer.
Well, yeah, it seems that there's quite a lot of new people here that haven't raced. Well, at least in the main series in 2017, there's a couple of people that I recognise from previous seasons, but yeah, it's definitely a leveler. You can be a lot closer to the top in this car, I think, compared to a Formula 1 car. Yeah,
exactly. Danny Van Den doing some practice starts here on the side of the road. I said it before, but the Netrex livery really looks nice here. Especially in the newer rFactor DX11, looks all very nice and tidy. All big props to the guys at Studio 397. So Liam de Waal, we saw some weird glitches happening in the qualifying session with his steering. I think at the moment it looks okay, but I'm pretty sure that when you do that on a real car, that will not really work. Anyway, seems to be fine now. And the warm-up session is officially over, so drivers will be getting ready for that feature race. Gonna be 30 minutes long, I believe. I'm not sure. Sprint race after that, 15 minutes. Is it gonna be flipped grids, top 10? Or do you not know?
It's the top 10, yeah, I think.
Yeah, top 10 reverse grid. So
I see the top 10 and top 8. One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that actually made for some exciting races last year, because I remember in this race last year, round 1, I started basically at the back, but I finished, I think, 8th or something, so I started 3rd in the sprint race, which is
that's gonna be very interesting. I mean, obviously the guy that starts in the 11th place or that finishes in the 11th place in the feature race is gonna be well, very, very sour.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's also to give something to fight for the people sort of mid-pack, and it makes it a bit less easy for the in quotation marks quicker guys to try and not win every race.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, they will hopefully create a little bit more action. But I think we will have quite some action, even if we didn't have it. Anyway, I think we will be moving to the race session here very shortly. Michi Hoyer is just driving around, getting a feel for the car on the higher fuel level. I think 50 liters is the maximum these tanks take.
Yeah, they need to pit, don't they, in the feature race?
I'm pretty sure they
It's mandatory, I think, in the feature race to pit.
Yeah.
I'll just double check. I can't.
Yeah, drivers must pit once during the feature race, so they have to pit once. I believe there's no limit for tire compound.
No.
Open tire rules, so they can do double soft, double super soft, whatever they want.
Or go hard soft, something like that.
Yeah, perhaps. Anyway, the grid is about to be set, and well, let's see what is going to happen here. It's gonna be an interesting first couple of laps for sure. I mean, we've got what is it, 33 drivers, I think, here on track. Yeah, 31 at the moment on the server, so still quite a lot of quite a lot of drivers. Here we see the car of Brennan Tabone, driving for the SimRacing Malta team, I believe. Nice to see some new guys here, like you said before, Cameron. Quite a lot of new guys. I'm not sure if the overlay works exactly like it should, but it says we've got about 200 million laps to go. So let's hope that's not right. No, I'm pretty sure it should be a 30-minute race.
Yeah, it is 30 minutes.
Don't
that's
just
probably
worry about that.
I'm not sure what that is.
Otherwise we will hear it soon enough. Anyway, Cameron, can you take us through the grid perhaps?
Okay, so for the feature race, you are looking at your pole sitter Michi Hoyer, who is a ACR driver, followed by Kirill Birukov, Lucas Schmidt, Luke Maguire, and Ville Lapala, making his return after a couple of years to FSR. Sixth is Fabian Roof, followed by Lim Duval, Dominic Vasienko, Arif Roslan, and a name I haven't seen before, Bernard Weyer. Let's see how he does from 10th position. Then from 11th, here's some names you might recognise: Dylan Scrivens, Ton van Egmond, Wojciech Lukaszek, Ivan Leonov, Ruud Hestevic, and last year's second place in the Pro Championship, Michael Ayers, followed by Danny van den Niet, João Viteas, Harley Hamnet, Alexis Clapano, Dave Pelling, fellow commentator here at FSR, Miguel de los Rios, Luis Moreno, Tomas Adriameharosa, Arek Kulek, Jan Vesley, Miles Wee, Tank Applegate, Peter Schulze, David Santos, and rounding out your grid is Brand Tabone.
Yeah, thank you for that.
A lot of cool names in there.
Yeah, it's sometimes a little bit difficult. We are sorry if we mispronounce any of your names. Don't worry about it. If you do feel like you should learn us how your name should be taught, maybe post something on the forums or send us a message with how it should be properly pronounced. Anyway, Michi Hoyer is about to start, or about to grid up. Somebody in the chat saying, Felix and Cameron, Michi is an ACR Zack Speed driver.
Yeah, I missed the Zack Speed.
It's not Avid Chronic racing exactly anymore.
Yeah, some new teams this season, as I'm sure we'll find out in the coming weeks.
Yeah, very nice to see, and I'm sure we will talk about that a little bit more later in the race. Anyway, last couple of drivers gridding up now. A lot of cars here on screen, and I think my game isn't very pleased with that.
Yeah, 31 cars today.
Yeah, my game really doesn't like it, but I'm sure that will be will get better during the race. Anyway, so everybody now in their grid slots, I believe. All the drivers in here. We can't see the lights, unfortunately, which is a bit sad. Oh, there we go. So, here we go. All lights are on. And we are racing here for the first round. Already contact before the guys even get off the line. And it seems that a couple of guys have crashed further down the back, but it seems to be a relatively good start in the front. Michi Hoyer leading the pack through the first couple of corners. Let's see further down the back, side by side, Ville Lepala, and that is Fabian Ruth, I believe. Also Dominic Vasienko right behind it, looking to get a run through. Luke Maguire there, making a little bit of contact with Ville Lepala in the back. A couple of cars spinning around. Ville Lepala making the move here on Luke back through the hairpin. The next corner is going to be his inside. Somebody coming alongside. That's Dominic Wasienko. Decides better to not make that risky move. There's still 25 minutes or basically 30 minutes remaining in this race, so better stay in it than crash out. Here we go. Dominic Wasienko made the aggressive move there on Luke Maguire already, going up to 5th position, but now runs wide out of the Minerale complex. All right.
Yeah, The crash or the incident at the back was Bernard Wehr. I think he just got wheel spin off the start, and he sort of came sideways into another car, but seemingly not much happened. But then he spun at the second chicane as well, so he is down in 30th position right now.
Michael Ayers looking to the guys in front of him. Aris Voslang, Liam de Waal and Luke Maguire really close to each other. Can Michael do something here in the slipstream? Perhaps, perhaps not. Michi Hoyer already 2.5 seconds in front of Lucas Schmid. Very nice driving here from the ACRZX Speed driver. Let's see. Michael Ayers, is he going to be able to do anything? Not yet.
Yeah, the slipstream is very powerful, but obviously if the guy in front of you has slipstream as well, it makes it a bit harder. But yeah, Michael just runs a bit wide there. Yeah. Got a bit too close to Arif Roslan.
Yeah, that allows Ivan Leonov to get past, and he needs to watch out for Dominik Waziensko right behind him now as well. Right, let's go back up to the top a little bit more. Ville Lepela is in 4th position, lost the place to Fabian Ruth.
Yeah, Fabian's showing quite well at the moment, considering some of the guys he's ahead. He raced in the Ace Series last year, but he only did, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 races throughout the season. And Adrian Iharosia is already in the pit lane. He is potentially fixing damage. It's quite a long stop. Yeah, not sure about tyres, to be honest. It seems like most people are on the soft tyres, so I assume that's just a straight soft strategy, but it depends if they are going longer in the first race.
Somebody has a smoking engine here.
Yes, Ruth.
Oh, wow. That is...
Ooh, he's running low radiators.
Yeah. I mean, if it's this bad on the back straight already, I'm sure it's not going to be helping him further down the race. I mean, there's still 26 minutes remaining. Timer works now, so don't worry about that.
He's probably thinking because it's a bit of a shorter race, he's going to try and get away with some low radiators for slightly better straight line speed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope it works out for him. Maybe add some nice, interesting tension to the race. Who knows? Maybe he will blow up. Maybe not.
Something I've just noticed, Miles Wee has possibly the coolest livery I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It looks like wood and rusty metal. That is an interesting choice, but I suppose Winter Series you can...
He's teamless, so if any team here still looking for a driver, maybe Flag to Flex looking for a driver? No?
Oh, who's that? Who's that? Ruud Haestebeek.
Yeah, Ruud Haestebeek.
Yes, he span in front of... not sure who that was, actually.
Yeah.
Possibly Zhao, but yeah. He's obviously always getting tight with Alexis. Yeah, that is getting a bit tight for Ruud Haestebeek. Not the best half a lap.
Miles losing the position here, by the way.
Yeah, to answer your question, well, maybe. We'll have to see what happens in the Winter Series.
Yeah, oh, here we go. Not even more sliding by Miles Wee coming into the second to last corner. Now on the back straight. And the guy behind him is going to be able to make a move. Who is that? Harley Hamnet, I believe. Yeah, here we go, alongside already. I think Miles doesn't have a lot of top speed.
Yeah, that's the thing about Imola. It's got the really long main straight, but then the rest of the track is just corners.
Ooh,
so
Miles has
lag.
Some internet issues, yeah.
Yeah, big lag. Yeah, Miles has also gone for a higher downforce setup for sort of Sector 2, when maybe others have gone for the low downforce for the main straight, because it is a really long main straight now that we don't have the chicane just before the start finish line anymore.
Yeah.
And Dylan Scrivens has just gone up the inside of Miles as well, so yeah, not the best lap for Miles, but I'm sure he'll regroup.
So Michi Hoyer, his lead has been extended to 3.8 seconds now, compared to Lucas Schmid, and Fabian Ruth has lost the position to Ville Lepela. Must have made a mistake somewhere.
Oh, Fabian's smoking a lot now.
Yeah, he's really
not just on the main straight.
And Luke Maguire is right behind him, looking for a way to get past. Now coming out of the last corner onto the main straight. You said it before. Slipstream is quite powerful. Luke has to Breathe in a little bit of exhaust smoke though.
I'm sure that's lovely for him, right in his face.
Yep, well, here we go. You can see the slipstream working wonders for him. Alongside on the inside, Fabian not even defending. Taking well, his loss and trying to make the best of it. Still 23 minutes remaining. Yellow sector in sector, or yellow flag in sector 3.
I think there might just been there's some contact between Jan Vesely and Wojciech Lukaszek down the main straight. They've been bumping tyres. It just seems like the last half lap they're getting very close. Oh, again through first chicane on there. Wow, they were literally touching wheels there for a good 5 seconds. And now who's that? Is that Danny van der Neet trying to get involved?
Yeah,
He's going down the inside of Jan Vesely. That's a bit
very
tight.
tight.
Oh yeah, just got out of that enough not to make contact, but he's still right there. With
going for the dive
right
up the inside into the hairpin, making the move stick there. Very nice move from the rock Danny van der Neet. Peter Schulz right behind him is also going to try and make a move. Ooh, late brakes from the Invictus driver, going wide a little bit, allows Peter Schulz to get that position and also his teammate. Is he gonna try it around the outside, that teammate? No, luckily he's going to decide wisely. Ooh, and who's that? David Santos spinning around, locking the brakes, and his tires are not going to be happy about that. But yeah, a very nice move there from Danny van der Neet, moving himself up to 20th position. Kirill Burikov is about to make a move on João Pitais. Right in front of him on the main straight. Is he going to go for the outside? Late move out of that slipstream. Now coming into turn 1. Just needs to get the brakes right. Ooh, very late braking from the driver João Pitais. Missed his braking point. Totally slammed into the side of Kirill Burikov. Nothing Burikov could really have done there. Yeah, just not the best driving. Ooh, and watch out there for the driver in front, Wojciech Lukaszek. Almost getting taken out by Burikov there on the rejoin. Lukaszek, of course, is also somebody that has proven himself to be quite a fast driver. In the Pro Championship, has won a couple of races. And also in the Winter Series, I believe, last year was a pretty quick driver. So let's see what he can do this season. Hasn't had the best first start of his race here. 18th place for him, getting past Miles Webay, who still has some internet problems, it seems. Alright, Kirill Burikov is really close now to Lukaszek again.
Yeah, just some info, Tank Applegate is now out of the race. He had an incident with suspension damage and yeah, he is no longer continuing.
Alright.
I say, nice battle coming along is Michael
there's been some contact here, right in front of Kirill Burikov, João Pitais and Alexis Clapano, I believe that was. Also Miles Webay involved. Who's that car
is around at the final corner. That is a really
Peter
bad
Schulz as well.
Oh my god.
What has happened there?
Lukaszek was backwards on the racing line. He had to wait for a couple of cars, but he's now spun around.
Let's take a look at Lukaszek. Oh, Lukaszek. What did he do? Let's take it back a little bit further. Lukaszek. Oh, Lukaszek. Oh, had to avoid the car right in front of him spinning. Had to go onto the gravel, then spun around whilst rejoining the track into the way of Peter Schulz. Peter couldn't really do much about that. Yeah, just a unfortunate event. Chain of events happening there, and Lukaszek into the pit lane.
Alexis did also just in front of him. He's rejoined in 27th place. Yeah, that's just a bit messy in the final couple of corners, really.
Yep. Dylan Scrivens in 14th place. Seems a little bit lonely. Car in front of him is a couple of seconds away. Car behind him is also a couple of seconds away.
Yeah, they're probably scared of his interesting livery that he's chosen for the Winter Series.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the case.
Yeah, Michi Hoy is still leading. He's got quite a big lead now, actually. 4.5
seconds.
Yeah.
If any of the viewers are interested in looking at how Michi is...
oh no, Michi's just gone off.
Driving. Oh, has he?
Yeah, at the second chicane.
Oh, commentator curse.
On his own, through the second apex, he basically went straight, didn't go around the corner, went through, grabbed a little bit.
Lost 2 seconds.
Yeah, lost a bit of time.
What I was saying, Michi Hoyer is also streaming his POV. Oh, goes a lot on the curb there. Almost loses the car. But he is streaming his own POV, so if any of you are interested in that, there is just type in YouTube Michi Hoyer and you should be able to find him. There's a lot of streaming also next to Formula Sim. Does quite some iRacing, so have a look at that if you are interested. Let's see.
Something that I've missed is Dominic Vasienko's got past Michael Ayres. They were very close previously. I'm just going to back and see what happened. Oh yeah, Michael Ayres went wide on the first corner of sector, or well, actually the middle of sector 2.
I'm looking at Lepela though. Yeah. Lepela is quite close to Schmid. Only half a second between them. Can the slipstream do something for Lepela here?
Yeah, Billy hasn't raced much in the last couple of years, so I have to see how his wheel-to-wheel action is.
We go. Slipstream working wonders. It's not going to be enough though. Oh, braking a little bit on the grass. That is going to be a position, 2 positions lost for Lepela. Oi, 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 oi. Little mistake there from the Finnish driver. That cost him possibly 2 positions. Maybe he could have gotten past Schmid next lap.
Lukaszek has DNF'd from that contact.
Alright.
Had suspension damage.
That is a shame to see. Let's see if Lepela can do something here with Luke Maguire. He's gotten past him once before. Let's see if he can do it a second time as well. Yellow flag in sector 2. As we are almost halfway through this feature race.
Yeah, due to it being a time... Oh, Michael Ayres DNF, as I say that. What has he done? He has crashed. Where has he crashed? Where is that?
Right, let's see the replay. Oh, that's in the in the Minerade complex. Let's scroll back the replay a little bit further. Here we go. From the track side. Hit the outside apex. Yes, he hit the outside apex. Couldn't get the car stopped in time. Even the grapple didn't help. Lost the rear wing. End of his feature race. He will get another shot at it in the sprint race, but he will be starting from at least 23rd position, or even lower down, I believe.
And so Ruud Heesbeek has come in the pits on the end of lap 9, so he's obviously estimating about a 20-lap race. So I see it's a pretty normal.
Lepela got past Maguire, I think. Yeah, he did. Oh, nice job there from Wille.
Have a look where he did that. Oh, Luke. Wait, what? Oh, Luke went wide through the first chicane, and Wille just went past, out dragging him into the next chicane.
Oh, further back, I think that is Peter Schultz battling with somebody, or is he lap down? No, he's a lap down.
He's a lap down, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Game for Pepe the Frog.
Right. Ruud Heesbeek, Miguel de los Rios are also pretty close. Let's take a look at the 2 of them. Further down the field, it's 19th place for Ruud Heesbeek. A little bit of a mistake there from Miguel. A lot of tire smoke coming from his car, so let's see if Ruud can take any advantage of him.
All Maguire pits. Maguire in the pit lane.
Yeah, first of the top guys pitting. Ruud Heesbeek, of course, is also not somebody, not a big stranger of FSR. He finished, I believe, second in the Ace Championship in 2016.
Yep, that sounds right. Yeah.
Or third, at least, in the top 3, I believe. And yeah, also the years before that has done a lot of races in FSR. Let's see, he's gonna have a lot of slipstream here coming down the main straight. Nico Del Rio's taking the defensive line on the inside. Ruud Heesterbeek is going to have to go around the outside. Let's see if this is going to be enough late braking from the both of them. But it is going to be Ruud Heesterbeek in front coming out of the first couple of corners. Nice job there from Ruud Heesterbeek, moving himself up to 14th place as quite a lot of people went into the pit lanes, including João Pitaes and Brennan Tabone. And as you said, also Luke Maguire, the first of the top guys to pit.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's put on more fuel though, so they have a shorter second stint. It's very much possible, especially Michi Hoyer, as he's still out there completing lap 11, I think that is.
I'm pretty sure there's no refueling though. At least, I think.
Oh.
I think there's no refueling in these cars. I'm not sure, but anyway, Liam de Waal, or no, that was Lucas Schmidt. Lucas Schmidt went into the pit lane. So Ville Lepela and Michi Hoyer are the top runners still staying out here. Liam de Waal also still doing a really quite a nice job, 10 seconds back of Michi Hoyer. Arif Roslan right behind him, so he's got the pressure. Just needs to make sure he doesn't crack. Danny Van den Niet and Mico De Los both into the pit lane. Let's see what Michi Hoyer and Ville Lepela are going to do. Are they going to come into the pit lane?
Well, that's enough for Birukov. He was getting very close to Maguire, but he has now been overtaken by Roof. He went wide at, in the middle sector, and yeah, he was getting very close up Luke Maguire's gearbox. But yeah, that
stays out.
Good for him. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
as well. So they are going for a long first stint. Maybe going for super soft tires after this. Are there super soft tires on these cars?
I don't think so.
Alright, so just soft, medium and hard. Right, okay. Arif Roslan is in the pits.
And Tom van Egmond as well. So Lucas Schmidt and Luke Maguire, they're taking back their respective places. Although obviously the people ahead still need to pit. Well, and Luke Maguire goes off at turn 1. Who is Lucas Schmidt is now got ahead of him. No, other way around. Luke had got just ahead, but then he outbroke himself. So Lucas Schmidt is now back into P4.
Right. And the gap to Michi Hoyer and Lepela is about 25 seconds. It's gonna be close, I think, on the rejoin with Michi Hoyer and Lepela, because they will have a little bit of an undercut on the two leaders here. So let's see what both of the guys in front do. Michi Hoyer into the pits and Lepela also into the pits. So let's see. Lepela looking for his pit box. Michi Hoyer, cars drop down and he is off. Right, where is he going to rejoin? Michi Hoyer is well in front, I believe. Only Liam de Waal, who hasn't stopped yet, in front, and Ville Lepela also in front. Oh, okay.
Yes, Ville only just ahead of Lucas. So that was good timing by him regarding the pit stop. Didn't get overtaken in that phase. So Ville is, net P2.
That's interesting. I think my... oh, right. Maybe nothing. I think it's fine. Keep an eye out on the broadcast, but it seemed like something went wrong. But I think it's fine.
Ooh.
All right. So.
Well, that's interesting. David Santos was trying to go in the pit lane and almost took the wrong way.
The wrong way?
Yes, because obviously it still has the old chicane there, so he almost turned left there and not the chicane that goes into the pit lane.
Ooh,
That would have been bad, coming back out onto the track.
Yeah, that's not going to help you. Lucas Schmidt, Luke Maguire and Vila Leppela are still really close to each other. Lucas Schmidt is going to have some slipstream from... Or no, Luke Maguire is going to have some slipstream from Lucas Schmidt. Not enough though.
Ville's taken some time out of Michi. He's down to about 3 seconds right now. The gap between the two.
Yeah, Villa did a very nice job in the pit stop phase. Of course, jumped Lucas Schmidt.
Yeah, maybe Michi's backed off a tiny little bit.
Could be. Only 7.5 minutes remaining in this race, so...
And
Leonov
and Hastewick had a nice battle down into turn 1, got very tight, but Hastewick's still ahead.
I wonder what Van der Waal is doing though. Or Liam de Waal, I should say, sorry. Because he hasn't stopped yet, and he needs to stop.
I hope he knows that he's got to stop.
I hope for him too.
Yeah. Because at the moment he might be thinking, oh look, I'm in the lead, but yes, he's definitely got to do a pit stop in the feature race. Although, I was wrong earlier, you do not need to take fuel, there is no refueling, it's just tyres.
Yep. Yeah, no, so let's see what he does. Otherwise you probably will be disqualified from the feature race, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, right now he's going to come back about 8th place, which is, I think, where he was roughly before, so maybe he's just wanting to have fresh tyres for the last couple laps, although there is only about 7 minutes left of this race.
Alright, let's take a look at Leonov, Ivan Leonov, and right in front of him, Ruud Heesterbeek. Fighting for the top 10, of course. Top 10 is going to be reversed, so 10th place is going to be pole position for the sprint race. Here we go, Ivan Leonov is about to take that provisional pole position for the sprint race. Around the outside into turn 1, is he going to be able to make it stick? No, Ruud Heesterbeek defends well over the switchback. Maybe he's going to work for Leonov. No, not yet. Maybe the slipstream though. Coming to the next chicane on the inside. No, the side's better. However, not the best run of Ruud Heesterbeek. But Ivan Leonov runs wide a little bit too aggressive.
And Luke Maguire's gone off again. He's now been passed by Fabian Roof. So yeah, Luke not really having the cleanest race. He's been off, I think, about 3 times now. So yeah, he's now in 6th place. So, well, effectively 5th place. But that is not good for him. He's now behind Fabian Roof, who seems to have stopped smoking. Yeah. So that's all right.
Yeah.
There's some lap traffic now for the leaders.
Liam de Waal has been passed, by the way, by Michi Hoyer. And now also by Vila Leppela. Oh, very late braking there for Liam. Hits Vila in the back of the car. And loses another position to Lucas Schmidt. And is about to lose one to... oh no, that's Peter Schultz. He's a lap down.
Wonder what's happened, because... that's like 3 or 4 seconds he's lost.
Yeah, he lost a lot of time. Maybe he made a mistake somewhere in the last corner, because he was about 6 seconds ahead of Michi Hoyer, and now he's almost 6 seconds behind him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a look, because yeah, maybe he's had a little spin or something. Oh yes, he went off with... oh wow, he went off with a back marker hitting him.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna try and find out who that is. Oh, it was Alexis. Alexis lost his braking into the penultimate corner.
Right.
Hit the back of Liam. They both went in the sandpit, and Alexis lost his front wing from that. So yeah, Liam lost a lot of time.
Yeah. Fortunate for him, but he still hasn't pit. He's got 4 minutes left. Is he gonna pit on the last lap?
Yeah, potentially he doesn't know that he's going to.
Yeah, I'm
need to
guessing.
stop.
I'm guessing he doesn't.
That's well. I hope he does. He does pit. He's come around again. No, he stayed
Yeah.
out again. Oh wow, Fabian. I say Fabian stopped smoking, but no, he's wow. Even at the end of the straight with all that air, he's just stopped now. Wow.
Exactly. Lapping Peter Schultz. And Dave Paling is pretty close together with Miguel de Riel. Yeah, Miguel. Alright, let's see what Dave can do. I'm not gonna say anything about it because Dave and I have a really strong commentator curse over each other. So you go ahead.
Oh yeah, well it's actually a bit of a surprise to see Dave all the way down there, 1 minute 20 off the lead. I think he'd be a bit higher, but yeah, he looks like he's getting a bit closer to Miguel. Miguel, he did the final race of the season back in Brazil in November, and obviously he's looking to continue in FSR, which is good to see in the Winter Series here. But yeah, Dave is coming onto the back of him as Miguel makes a bit of a mistake into the final corner, but Miguel has got who's that? Luis Moreno straight in front. So with a bit of slipstream, this potentially could be an overtaking opportunity. Not right now, he's not quite close enough, but maybe if he gets a couple more tenths, then for sure there's an opportunity there. And it looks like Dave is a bit quicker than the two of them, so in about a lap or so they're going to be right there.
Yep.
And David Santos is DNF'd. What has he done?
Yeah.
Well, he's gone off. Oh, he's had a spin and then he's.
There we go. Dave Paling past Miguel de Rodger. Made a mistake coming through the chicane there, running wide onto the grass.
When Lucas Schmidt has now got Liam Duval into the second chicane.
Right. Yeah. Liam's tires must be getting quite hammered.
Yeah. How long is left to? So he's basically got to pit on this lap. Because
this next lap is going to be the last one.
Yeah, because 0 seconds as soon as Michi Hoyer or whoever the leader is passes the finish line, then that's game over. So see if Liam pits this lap. I hope he knows that he needs to.
On board with Fabian,
going
very aggressive over the curbs, almost running into the back of Liam there.
When Hasterwick and Leonov, they're still having a little battle here. It looks like Hasterwick is getting a bit close to the Bulgarian driver here. Oh, and Leonov has gone off, but he's actually gained a bit of time from that, from going off.
Oh, wow.
That hasn't helped Hasterwick at all, but I'm sure he'll close up soon.
Yeah, Hasterwick will want that
pole position.
Yeah, the pole position for the sprint race. He's got 1 lap remaining after this, I believe. Or has Michi passed the finish line?
Ruth is right on the back of Lindual. Trying to go on the outside into turn 1. They are very close side by side. Bit of contact and Fabian goes across the chicane. So yeah, didn't quite work out for him. But yeah, Liam needs to make a pit stop. And I'm pretty sure the race will end at the end of this lap. So looks good for Michi Hoyer, although Ville is getting very close. He's now within just under 2 seconds. So that's possibly going to be a bit much unless there's a mistake from Michi. Yeah, seems race has ended. We have hit 0.
Yep, so as soon as Michi finishes this lap, it's going to be race over. Wants to watch is Ruud Heesterbeek and Anton Leonov. They are still really close, and that is going to be the decisive factor for the start of the sprint race, or the pole position of the sprint race. At the moment it looks like Ivan Leonov has it. Michi Hoyer is about to come through the last couple of corners to take the victory in the feature race. Here we go. Michi Hoyer coming out of the last corner, taking victory here at the first race of the Formula SimRacing 2018 Winter Series. Winning the feature race and grabbing a good amount of points. Ville Lepala finishing in 2nd place. Very nice race here from the FSR veteran, so to say.
Duval has gone in the pit lane. right now.
Right.
But he has crossed the
Line.
crossed the line in doing so, because the
Yeah.
line is at the beginning of the pit lane.
Yeah.
So I have to
Sure
leave
that
up to
doesn't
race
work.
director to see what is going to happen regarding that, because the penalty won't be an in-game penalty. But yeah, as it turns out, Leonov has kept that 10th place, so he is on pole position for our sprint race in a few minutes' time.
Yeah,
But
very nice job from Leonov.
if Liam is DQ'd, then maybe Rude will start in 10th, but we'll have to see what race director Chris Cobb will decide on that one, and I'm sure we'll find out.
Danny van der Niet going quite aggressive here. He seems to be very happy with his 15th place, I guess. But yeah, Michi Hoyer did a very nice job this race. Led from the start on. Just kept driving very consistently to the end of the race. Good job from him. And Lepala, yeah, just gotta say, very nice job to him as well. I mean, driver, like you said, hasn't driven a lot in the last couple of years, and just comes back and proves himself that he is still worthy of a second place here in the Winter Series. Very, very nice job. Drivers now coming back to the pit lane, parking their cars. Ruth is still smoking.
Yeah, he also went for, well, because it's only a 30-minute race. If the engine has like an hour lifetime or whatever it is, then
and the next race is going to be even shorter.
Yes, it is. So yeah, it's actually going to be interesting to see what Mitchie can do, because he led from the start. So he's now going to have to overtake some cars if he wants to get another podium.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's going to be starting from 10th place. That is going to be tricky for him. Anyway, with the feature race over, we're going to head into a warm-up session, I believe, for another 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I'm not sure. At least we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. Maybe grab some water, grab a cup of coffee, because it's going to be another sprint race, 15 minutes long. It's going to be even more exciting. Lower fuel for these guys. They can push harder on their tires. So let's see how that goes. And of course, the reverse grid. Even Leonov is going to be on pole position there, and Michi Hoyer is going to be starting from 10th place. He's going to have to overtake some guys if he wants to win this race too, which is going to be quite difficult. The Imola isn't the easiest track for overtaking. It's got a long straight, but it's going to be difficult. Let's see what they are going to be able to do. We're going to be back in about 5 to 10 minutes time to show you all that action. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The drivers are ready to, or about to get ready for the sprint race here for the Formula SimRacing 2018 Winter Series. If you have missed it, Michi Hoyer won the feature race just a couple of minutes ago, and we are getting ready for the sprint race. 15 minutes long, short race, which is going to be very exciting. Low fuel for these guys. Ivan Lebanov is going to be starting from pole position, so let's see what he can do. Somebody who has recently joined the Netrex team, so he is really somebody to look out for, I think. Also in the regular season, let's see what he can do. Yeah, let's see what he can do in this sprint race, if he can lead from pole position onwards. Also, of course, with the lower fuel loads, the drivers don't have to push as hard, and yeah, they will hopefully make some better racing. Michi Hoyer is gonna have to fight his way from P10 down. Same goes for Ville Lepela from P9 down. Let's see who gets the furthest up. Liam de Waal, I'm not sure what has happened after in the break, but he of course pitted in the last lap, Schumacher style. I think it was 1998. I'm not sure. And he's pitted in the last lap. When you have one mandatory pit in the feature race, and he only pitted in the last lap when he crossed the line. So I'm not sure if it counts. Maybe you know more about that, Cameron?
I wasn't I wasn't listening for that moment. Sorry.
All right, no, don't worry. I was wondering if anything happened to Liam de Waal because he.
Oh no, sorry. No, I haven't seen or heard anything just yet. But I'm sure we'll see when the grid gets set.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so warm up is over. So we should be getting ready for the race.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see the grid being set in a second. It hasn't been done so yet.
Here we go. So Maguire quickest in the warm-up session. I think we went into another warm-up session.
Yeah, it's because the warm-up session needs to be on, so the grid is set.
Right.
Otherwise, it just uses the result from warm-up, or whatever the thing was set before to start the grid.
Right. We see quite a lot of guys exiting the pit lane here. Bit of bumpy road there. A couple of guys starting, preparing some practice starts. So yeah, we were talking about it a little bit before. ACR has merged together with Votbu Racing and also a real racing team, Zack Speed. What do you think about that, Cameron?
Well, I have to say, when I saw the announcement, I was really surprised because obviously Zack Speed are a pretty prestigious team. I mean, they're currently doing GT racing, but back in the day, I mean, they were even in Formula 1. And I just saw this video on YouTube the other day of someone going and looking around their like one of their bases at the Nürburgring, and it's awesome the stuff that they've got there, and for them to be coming into sim racing with ACR as their official sim racing team is really good news, and hopefully potentially we'll see some real life drivers maybe coming into the sim team, or the sim team even getting a chance to have goes in real cars. And if this catches on, then potentially even more teams could come into the world of sim racing. And with the way it's expanding, it's really cool stuff, to be honest.
Yeah. Also,
and it's really good work by the management there to get the sponsorship.
Also, something that is very recent. I think yesterday that announcement was made. The Race of Champions is going to be held together with the Race of Champions, of course. And I think the winner of that is going to be presenting the sim racing team in the Nations Cup for the Race of Champions. So that is very interesting to see. I mean, I think the guys qualified or that were invited for that is Rudy van Buren, of course. Almost a famous sim racing driver that got the job at McLaren, of course. Also, I think Enzo Bonito from Team Redline and a couple of guys from Project Cars and Brendan Lee that won the Formula 1 esports event.
Yeah, it was 4 champions of something. It was Brendan Lee, the champion of F1 esports. It was the EWTCC champion.
All right, yeah.
I can't remember his name.
From Race Room, yeah.
Then there was Enzo and a Project Cars champion.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name. But yeah, those 4 are, I think, having a battle off to get there as well, which is awesome stuff for the world of sim racing.
Yeah, exactly. Right, here we go. Race session is about to begin.
I think, is the grid wrong?
I'm not sure. Luke McGuire seems to be on pole position. That seems to be not exactly right. Lepela is in 2nd place, but is he really?
Well, for instance, Leonov is 19th, and he shouldn't be.
Right. Yeah, we're going back to warm up indeed. So our excuses for, or our apologies for the little delay here. Grid hasn't seems not to have been set very or exactly correct, so just gotta have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, that stuff happens.
There, talk about this the sprint race. It's no pit stop in this race, so maybe Liam will do better in this race. But yes, no pit stop, so it's a straight sprint to the finish. So I think you might see drivers being slightly more aggressive, knowing that they don't really have to look after their tyres quite as much, because as we saw, quite a few drivers actually went over half distance last time, so they can definitely make more than 15 minutes on a set of tyres in terms of in their performance window. So it's going to be a straight fight all the way, and I really want to see where Michi comes, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I think, well, and also Ville, because I think they were definitely the quickest in the first race. So if they are truly, then hopefully they'll be able to get potentially a podium if they're lucky. And I'm hoping there's going to be no contact off the start as last time, because I think it was one of the cars just wheel spinned.
yeah, right.
And sort of moved sideways and hit someone.
Right, so we're just waiting for the grid to be set up correctly now. Let's talk a little bit about the upcoming season. I mean, the car is most likely going to be a a 2017 style Formula car with which is quite a lot different than the cars we've had the last couple of years. I mean, this is, I think, the first time FSR really has some proper integrated fuel management, because 2016 we had the boost system that had a boost 1, boost 2. Boost 2 used about about 20-30% more fuel than boost 1 did, and gave you some more power. Basically, in a world championship race you had a couple of laps, or a couple of straights per lap where you could use it for like 2-3 seconds. But now we're gonna have around 5 fuel systems or fuel maps. So a wet fuel map, a lean fuel map, a race 1, a race 2, and a qualifying, I believe. And then we're gonna have a boost for race and a boost for qualifying. So qualifying gives you maximum power of the engine, but then also ruins the engine. Basically, you can't use it for a whole race because then you will blow your engine up. Which is, in my opinion, a really nice feature to have. I mean, that's the way Formula racing is going to in the real world, which adds an element which is, well, to some drivers maybe like you should be just racing, but I think, in my opinion, this adds some skill to a driver that isn't just racing, but also some strategy that most of the drivers maybe do not have.
Oh yeah, you're going to need some management, because there's been a lot of testing being done, and it's the way it's set up is that you're going to have to, well, organize yourself correctly. It's not going to be like 2016 where you basically just say every single DRS zone I'm gonna go to boost 2. It's not going to be like that. Maybe for a couple laps you have to do it, and then maybe you need to save a little bit, or if you're behind someone, maybe you're going to put it down and put it up, or you're going to risk putting in a higher engine mix trying to get past them. But obviously it's fine-tuning to get the correct fuel. It's not a big gain that you're going to get all at once.
It's not gonna, if you switch to race 1 or race 2 mode in your fuel maps, it's not gonna be that you're half a second quicker a lap. It's gonna be like maybe 1-2 tenths per lap, but it's gonna make a difference across a race of 70 laps, for example.
Yeah, because even if you use 0.1 of a lap, 0.1 of a liter extra per lap over a 60-lap race, that's 6 liters extra. And obviously everyone's going to be limited to the same tank, which I think is about 146 liters, something around that, 100 kilos. So, because everyone's going to be limited, if you can't do the race on 140 liters, you don't have that extra 6 liters, so you're going to have to work it out. So it's going to be a bit strategic and quite exciting, I think.
Exactly. All right, let's go quickly through the top 10. Ivan Leonov is going to be starting from pole position here in the sprint race. Right behind him, it's going to be Ton van Egmond. Arif Roslan starting from 3rd. Luke Maguire 4th. Liam De Waal starting from 5th place. Then it's going to be Dominic Waziensko. Fabian Ruth behind him. Then Lucas Schmidt in 8th place. Ville Lepela from 9th place. And Michi Hoyer is going to be fighting his way up from 10th position. Ruud Heesterbeek in 11th. With Kirill Burukov right behind him. Harley Hamnet behind him. Dylan Scrivens in his nice purple and pink car. Then it is Danny Van Niet, Arek Kulak, Bernard Vella, Miles Wee, Zhao Pitais. Oh, ooh, what happened there?
Miles ran into the back of Zhao.
Oh, ooh. I hope he goes back to the pit then quickly. Jan Vesely 20th, Luis Moreno 21st, Dave Paling 22nd, Peter Schultz 23rd, Miguel Del Rios 24th, Alex Clampano 25th, Brendan Chabone 26th, Wojciech Lukacek 27th, Tank Applegate 28th, Thomas Andrea Miaosa, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, then Terence Gretsch and Matthew Towson rounding up the top 10. Right, so let's go to the grid, I mean. Let's go to Ivan Leonov for the start of this sprint race. All the lights are coming on. And the drivers are off for the sprint race here in the FSR Winter Series. It's a reasonably good start for Ivan Leonov. And further down the grid, it seems that everybody is nicely away as well. Side by side, Ton van Egmond and Ivan Leonov. Arif Rosland in the back spins, makes some contact, and a lot of contact further down the field. Let's take a look to Lucas Schmidt, right side by side with Arif Rosland next to him. Or who is that? I think that's Harley Hamnet.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of close action around 10th place. There's 5-6 cars right close to each other. And even down in 15th, they're going about 3 wide into the hairpin. Oh, there's contact with Lukaszek and Miguel, I think that was. Yep. Yes, with a lot of cars on track, is getting very close here. Oh, Lukaszek gets hit again by Arik, but just... Oh no, he saved it. I thought Lukaszek was going to spin. That is not a good first lap.
Further down the back with also some of the SimRacing Malta car. I think that was Terence Gresh, not sure, but let's keep an eye out on Lucas Schmidt. He is very close to Ruud Heesterbeek right in front of him. What has happened to Michi Hoyer? He's already in 3rd place after just a couple of corners. He's up in 3rd place, starting from 10th place. What a start from Michi Hoyer here. Now side by side, Lucas Schmidt and Ruud Heesterbeek. Lucas Schmidt goes a little bit wide onto the curb. That allows Ville Lepela to go past as well inside through the last corner. Side by side coming out of it. Who's going to get the slipstream from Ruud Heesterbeek? It seems that Lucas Schmidt has got the better exit. Now Ville will have the slipstream though. Let's see what he can do around the outside coming into turn 1 maybe. No, seems that he doesn't have enough top speed to do that and needs to concede that place for now. However, still 13 minutes remaining in this race. Let's take a look at Michi Hoyer, right in 3rd position. What a start as he... Ooh, Ton van Egmond spins on the exit of the curb into the wall. He goes. And that allows Michi Hoyer to go back up to 2nd place. Liam de Waal in 3rd and Luke Maguire right behind him.
God, that was almost a dodgy rejoin from Ton, but that was just about okay. But yeah, there was a lot of contact on that first lap. Not necessarily like running into each other, just so many cars in close place. And yeah, Luke almost lost it there.
He seemed to get stuck on the curb a little bit, like he floated on the curb with a little bit too low ride height. Yeah,
he was really close to Liam as well, coming into the 2nd chicane, and he was almost losing it there as well. So he's definitely... Oh god, he's hit the curb again.
And that's gonna lose him out. Here we go, Fabian Ruth right behind him.
So Ville started next to Michi, and now Michi's P2, but Ville's still down in 10th place. Yeah. That just shows what can happen if you get caught up with some cars in the opening lap.
Fabian goes wide on the exit of the last corner. This will allow all the cars behind him, a lot of cars, 4 cars battling for 5th position. Harley Hamnet 3 wide. Oh, there's a little bit of contact with Iris Rosland. No, who's that?
Yeah, it was Arif Rosland. Yeah, he just got bumped a little bit, went on the grass. Now Fabian's Heesterbeek's on around the outside of Fabian. That is a nice move. Wow, that is really good by Ruud. Yeah, right around the outside of Ruth, and now Harley has gone off. Schmidt and Lepela have gone past him as well.
Right.
Oh, wow. A lot of action going on here in these first couple of laps.
Yeah, what a start of this sprint race.
That's the reason why it's called the sprint race, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Lepela is now in 8th place, right behind Fabian Lucas Schmidt and Fabian Ruth. Fabian still smoking. I don't think it will hurt him that much here in the sprint race. Only 11 minutes to go, so it's a really quite a short race. Let's see what they are able to do. Fabian Ruth is not close enough to do anything on Ruud Heesterbeek just yet.
Yeah, Ton is now down in 12th place after that spin. That's a shame for him because he definitely had a good chance to gain a podium there. So yeah, he's down in 12th place, but he's gifted a place by Rosland, who went off again. But he's now being followed by Virakov, who's right close to him coming into the final corner. No, not quite, going for a dive. Maybe waiting for the straight.
Let's take a look at Ruth. He's going to have the slipstream on Ruud Heesterbeek down the main straight. Is it going to be enough though? I think it's too far back.
Yeah, he's smoking, and they've gone
almost smoking all the time.
Wow, maybe he's gone even another click less on the radiator.
I don't know.
Oh, and Birkov, as I said, going around the outside of Tom van Egmond into turn 1. Oh no, not quite. Tom defends that really nicely. Birkov possibly could have got that, but no, Tom defended really well on the brakes. Okay, he's kept that place.
Right.
Rather nicely.
Birkov got stuck on the curb there a little bit. Dylan Scrivens had a little bit of a luck up coming into the hairpin.
Yeah, the curbs at this track are interesting height. They're just the right, or the wrong height even, that you need to put the ride height up just a tiny bit so you don't bottom out on them.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not quite flat, but they're not big either.
Ooh, Tom van Egmond makes a mistake coming through the Minerales section. Manages to keep the car pointed in the right direction and doesn't lose a position to Bidokov. Now coming through the chicane, everybody humping and bumping over it. Dylan Scrivens, you can see it in front. He is right close to the back of Harley Hamnet. Is he going to try it in the last section of this track? No. Oh, he goes wide and Dylan Scrivens takes the inside line. However, Harley Hamnet is now going to have to slipstream on Dylan Scrivens.
Yeah, he looks like he's going for it as well. He's going for what will be the inside down into turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, here we go. Tom van Egmond also right behind them. He's got the prime seat for this show. Oh, and they make contact.
Yes, that is Harley right round.
Yeah, Hamnet had a little bit of understeer and understeered into the side pod of...
oh, now he's been hit by Arif Roslan, maybe? Harley's going to be out. He's got no...
oh, that is a shame.
Yeah, that is a shame. Yeah, it looks like there's just some contact with the rear of Dylan's car and the front of Harley's car, and that meant obviously front generally loses out on that one. So yeah, Harley went around.
Michi Hoyer is already only 7/10 away from the lead of this race. Ivan Leonov probably has got sweat running down his face. Seeing Michi Hoyer in his mirrors coming closer and closer.
Yeah, Ivan, he's raced in Pro and Ace in the last year, but he hasn't really had a proper situation like this where he's got one of the best drivers in the league right behind him. So this is probably the first time he's really had to do this. So we're gonna see what he's made of now. See if he can keep Michi Hoyer back, who clearly is top 3 fastest drivers here today at Imola.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see, can Michi Hoyer do it? Get basically the full house. Pole position, winner of the feature race, winner of the sprint race. Looks like he should be able to do that if he can get past Ivan Leonov here.
Yeah, it's all set up for him to get a double victory, but I'm sure Ivan will do everything he can to stop that.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking back a bit further, there's a rather nice... Well, wow, Ton slid through that corner. Yeah, there's a rather nice battle just behind Ton between Birkov, Roslan, Moreno and Paling. They're all very close together.
Alright.
Although, yeah, it looks like they're all loving that chicane. They're bouncing all over the curve. So yeah, they're pretty close, and Roslan and Ton started a lot higher up on the grid, but obviously had a couple of issues, so they're going to be fighting back as far as they can. So there's a little pack there, slipstreaming each other towards the front.
Alright, Michi's going to be a little bit too far, I think. Yeah, 4/10, but it's not enough for now. But he's getting really close. Ooh, drifting through the chicane there. He's really not giving these tires any slack. Ooh, a little bit of oversteer through the hairpin there. Lost him out a couple of tenths.
Yeah, so I'm looking back, and obviously they have less fuel here, but the times that they're doing here are quite a bit. Mitchie's doing quite a bit quicker than he did last time, so he's definitely having to push a tiny bit more, even with the weight.
Yeah.
The weight loss, he's definitely pushing for this victory. I mean,
Sure.
he's a good second a lap quicker compared to the last race. So Ivan's definitely not going slowly either. It's going to be difficult for Mitchie.
Looking on board with out of Rosland at the moment. Looking at Tom van Egmond and Dylan Scriven's ride in front of him. And Kirill Burukov as well. Yellow flag in sector 1.
I just went on board with Brandon Tabone, and he was giving a lot of steering input into the final couple of corners, really turning the wheel quite a lot to get the car around the corner.
Oh yeah.
Interesting technique.
And Michio is really on the back of Ivan Leonov now. 4 tenths away from him, coming through the second sector. Let's see if he is able to do anything down the back straight coming to the slow chicane. Or if he can crack Ivan Leonov under pressure.
Ivan was defending straight away there, getting right over to the left.
Yeah.
Trying to stop Michi again.
Over the curves, runs a little bit wide there, Leonov. Allows Michi to get even closer, get some slipstream. Is Michi going to do it even before the corner? Yes, he's going to try it around the outside. Is this going to work?
Oh, it's
brakes too late. And that loses him out even 2 positions to Luke Maguire as well. So Michi Hoyer too aggressive into that corner. Tried it around the outside. And yeah, maybe not the smartest way to try to get past Ivan Leonov there. Because if he would have just stayed behind him, he would have had a slipstream down the main straight.
Yeah, and there's quite a few minutes of the race left. It wasn't as if it was the last lap. But,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, having said that, the way Luke was driving in the first race, maybe he's going to make some mistakes and give Michi another position. But yeah, that's really let Leonov off the hook, really. Although, to be fair, Luke is only 1 second behind as well. So
yeah, and there's not much laps left. It's just over 2 minutes remaining in this race. And
Luke
that's about 2 laps, maybe 3.
Luke is best part of a lap quicker than Ivan the last few laps as well. So
he's pushing.
He's coming into his own here.
Luke is pushing hard. Let's see if he can keep it up though. Ooh, there we go. That's what I mean. Onto the grass he goes, and almost loses the car on the rejoin as well.
And Michi wasn't quite close enough to capitalise, but at least he's a bit closer now.
Yep.
While Fabian's still smoking all the time. And this is actually looking like a good battle, to be honest, behind Lucas Schmidt. We've got Fabian, Ruth Villa-Lapella and Danny Van Der Neet, and even Dylan Scriven's just about on the end of that. They're all very close, nice looking battle here.
Yep. Still the smoke from Fabian Ruth.
Oh, Ville's got a lot of slipstream here. He's going to try around the outside, is he? Into first chicane? No, not quite.
Maybe the switchback though, out of the exit. Here we go. He's going to try it. Ooh, has a lot of slipstream, is very close. Maybe down the inside here. On the brakes, no.
Ooh, that was nice defending by Fabian.
Yep. Villa is quite cautious, but maybe that's not too bad. I mean,
it's better than running a Ruth off the road and both
exactly. Ooh. Here we go around the outside. No, really not.
Yeah, Ville is definitely the quicker of these 2 drivers at the moment. Oh, and wow, where's Danny going? Danny's completely missed that corner.
Oh, wow.
He was right behind them, but he's lost some time. And Arif Roslan did the exact same, just in the background. He's spun around and he's DNF'd.
Luke McGuire within 6/10 of Ivan Leonov now. But let's take a look at Ville Lepela. Is he going to try it around the outside last couple of corners? Nope. And I think it's next lap is the last lap. Luke McGuire is really close. Let's take a look at him. Maybe this is already the last lap. It actually is. Yes, it is the last lap. So Ivan Leonov wins this race. Luke McGuire finishes second. Michi Hoyer third. And it is Liam de Waal in fourth. Ruud Heestebeek fifth. Lucas Schmidt sixth. Fabian Ruth together with... Fabian Ruth, Ville Lepela were really close, I think. 7th and 8th. Then Danny van der Niet. 9th, Dylan Scruvens. 10th, Kirill Budukov. 11th, 12th, Tom van Egmond, Luis Moreno. 13th, Dave Peling. 14th, Terence Greggs. 15th, 16th for Peter Schultz. Matt Tucson in 17th, I believe. And it seems that the server has shut down, or is that me?
I don't know if it's moved session, but... Oh, connection lost.
Yeah, I'm guessing a server problem here.
I'm just screenshotting the results.
Yeah,
so
right. So it seemed that there is a little issue with the server. Well, at least it's when the race has finished, and not when the race hasn't finished yet. So that isn't the biggest of problems.
Yeah, what you're saying with Ruth and Lepela, they crossed the line less than 1/10 of a second. About 0.08 of a second. So Ville was really trying on that last lap but couldn't quite get it. But yeah, that caught us by surprise because the 0 was just before they finished the line. But yeah, even Leonov taking his victory, which it's nice to see for him that he could hold back the faster guys, because obviously Michi Hoyer tried to take the lead with a few laps to go but couldn't quite do it. So good defending from Ivan, kept his position nicely, and yeah, takes the win.
Good job, exactly. Very nice driving from Ivan. Had a little bit of luck maybe with Michi Hoyer not able to make the move, and then after that Luke McGuire not being able to get close enough after some mistakes. But definitely a very well driven race from Ivan Leonov, and I think that shows us that it really has helped him to move up to the NetRex team, and maybe there's something for him in the future there for the coming season. Who knows? We will keep an eye out on him. Of course, there are still 5 races remaining in this Winter Series. If any of the viewers watching are wondering how do I sign myself up for this Winter Series, the signups are still open. Everybody that wants can still register. For the next races, it's totally for free. I think the winner gets a license for next season for free, so that is quite nice. Just go to the link down in the description. I think there's a link to the forums.
Yes, there is.
And there you can just go to the Winter Series tab and see the registration on what needs to be done to get yourself registered for the Winter Series. The next race is already going to be next week, next Saturday. So make sure you get ready for that and get it into your agendas, because it's going to be another very interesting race. It's going to be at Portugal at the Algarve circuit, which is a circuit you don't see very often, but it's always nice to go to some other circuits than the regular Formula 1 or the very big circuits that Formula 1 or the major series go to, and we also in Formula SimRacing often go to in the regular season. It's really nice to go to some less known tracks often in the Winter Series, and provides always some nice racing. Anyway, I think it is time for us to close off for today. Do you have anything still to add here, Cameron, or not?
I know, just thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, exactly. What he said. Thanks for watching. Set next week into your agendas. Same time. It's gonna be 1300 o'clock when we will be starting. And yeah, until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.